Hello and welcome to another cast on this 1v1 map called Abhor. It's not a friendly map. Let's leave it at that, right? We got skulls and no bones, just many skulls, which conveniently place lava inside all of them. So some interesting geological features caused that, no doubt. Yeah, so about our heroes today, we've got OxideIonVsMountain and Mountain, and this is an extremely balanced match. I think these numbers have changed since I checked. When I checked their ratings right now, they were a little bit closer. They were ranked 14 and 16 respectively on the ladder, so about as close as you're going to get in terms of balance. In the south we've got OxideIon, and in the north we've got Mountain with a much quicker scout than usual. Normally scouts don't come after the first engineers, there's usually a little bit of a delay, or maybe I'm wrong about that. So both players choosing to put one scout first, one engineer first, then scouts, and then more engineers. OxideIon went for a mech marine for some quick raid. Mountain hasn't built a light assault bot yet, it's going for a third engineer, and just build, because you gotta get the build out. It's a big map, right? This is actually a fairly big-ish map. So it's going to take a while. There's also quite a bunch of reclaims, so both players will want to expand quite aggressively. Yeah, down here you've got a PD place, which is exciting. It really reduces the micro. You can have a PD just securing some territory. No doubt some enemies, like assault boss attacks, will possibly run into it. What is a fun game to play is if you build 5 walls in the shape that PD would have, and the middle wall would show up on the radar, and it looks exactly like a PD, even though it would just in fact be walls. Okay, so yeah, OxideIon scouting is going up the right hand side. He's not finding anything at all. OxideIon is quite a hard word to say. OxideIon? Yeah, that seems reasonable enough. Okay, players, do something exciting. At the moment, mostly just building a heap of P-gens. Just gotta get that power. Gotta get the power to get that mass. Ooh, fast bomber. So, it's not that. It's not bomber rush, but it's a quick bomber. It's a soon bomber. Should be able to pick up a few engineers. Starting to get a few more raiders from OxideIon. Still tons of engineers, because there's so much mass and reclaim on the map. You really want to secure it. You really need to get a lot of engineers out. So I kind of like what he's doing here with his mech marine. He's going around the back of the base, trying to make sure not to run into an ACU. In hindsight, a poor choice. He should have gone the left-hand side of the map. Would have had more success, but how was he to know that Mountain wouldn't send an engineer to the right? But bombers coming in now. So, ton of mass. There's a lot of mass on this map. You really want to get the engineer presence all around the map as quickly as you possibly can. So that bomber will... one or two passes could kill some P-gens, but they'll probably focus the engineer. We've got some shooting. So that scout's not going to last, but where's the bombs? Okay, here we go, the bombs. Boom, 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 boom. And the engineer goes. That mechs just didn't make it. Quick interceptor out, so that's good. Will that interceptor be able to save the bomber? Unsure. I don't think so. No, the interceptor got enough range, but sort of chasing, eh? Hey, the bomber's going to survive. I think the interceptor will kill the blue interceptor before it gets another shot. Yeah, the bomber survives. 2 interceptors out. Maybe going to get airlock on. We've got the T1 AA out. Okay, so the bomber did well, I thought. Definitely did well. Got a few kills. Some raiders on the left-hand side again. Oh no, that was a mountain. Okay, so are we seeing some in eco right? No, it's still... Hey, another bomber coming out. That's pretty cool. So still on T1 mexes, and probably here too. T1A is pretty good. Don't underestimate it, especially words are difficult sometimes. You really don't want to get an airlock. Even with T1 air, it's a bit rough, so that's what the archers will do, just kind of deny the airspace. Where's the other bomber? Here it comes. So I like this. It requires a bit of micro, it's very effective. Just flying bombers around the map, blowing up things. So OxideIon is being aggressive with a few T1 mexes, and Mountain has been aggressive with some bombers. So I kind of like the versatility of the difference in the way they play. Both commanders are going in the middle, so we might see a ACU showdown in the middle, supported by some tanks, some strikers, and yeah, so it's still very even. As I said before, these players are very, very equally matched to each other, so hopefully we're going to get to see an interesting game here, and I think we shall. Yes, and as always, if you have interesting games that you have found interesting, or you played that were good, or just found games that you watched, do send them to me. Send them to me, my email. It will be in the description. It's indefatigablemoose@gmail.com. So send me emails, send me replays, and I will do that. Always looking for good and interesting games to cast. Hey, I like this. Go raid, raid, raid. Still Tier 1 mexes, so yeah, there's still too much to invest in Tier 1. You got to get the control over, so it doesn't really make sense to invest in Tier 2 mex yet. Mountain doing that now, but there's a lot on this map, so you want to get all the mexes down, you want to build them up, you want to get the Tier 1 to secure those mexes. So you're really going to need a lot of Tier 1 spam to do well on this map. I like the strikers are going to come through. They're a little bit uncoordinated, a little bit messed up, so they're not going to do well against concentration of strikers. OxideIon is definitely concentrating the strikers more, but these strikers are going to try and get the back areas and cause some trouble. They might deny this hydrocarbon being built. That'll be good. Nope, doesn't look like it. But constantly raiding is the name of the game. And Mountain has been forced to build some archers as well to protect his forces from any bombers for transport south. So it's good to see that micro being used to good use. They'll be used to try and secure the mexes in the areas where you can't actually walk them. You have to have transports to get them. So it's becoming a more common feature of many maps to have these kind of ledges to put a mex on. Kind of makes it a little bit more demanding to get. Make the map a little bit more interesting and dynamic. You've got this striker running around the back edges. Just, oh no, don't stop. Keep going. It'd be really cool some trouble if you were able to get some great kills those engineers in the back area. The ACUs, I don't know if they know how close each other are, or they will do, or Mountain will know OxideIon is there, but does OxideIon know Mountain is here? If not, he will find out soon, so the ACUs are going to have a nice big showdown. That's the sound's getting a bit loud. It's always difficult to tell. I always try and keep the game sound a little bit softer, to be on the safe side. Got this PD, has it done anything useful? No, not yet. But aerial denial, strikers are going around each other, and we're starting to get bigger enough battles that we're starting to generate a fair amount of wrecks that will be interesting to want to get hold of. So definitely worth reclaiming, and this engineer is busy doing exactly just that. So that's good to see. These players really begin to show their caliber, or if they weren't already, they certainly are now. Martin's also building his transports, also trying to get these up and away mexes. It's so important to do that. No, drop your engineer. That'd be unfortunate, Miss Micro. So, yeah, this is how you lose your tanks inefficiently. Thinks better of it, runs away, but almost going to suffer some heavy losses there. So, OxideIon's ACU is overextended at the moment. It is in a dangerous position now. He has to get home, and he knows it. Mountain is possibly sensing that there is an opportunity here, and he is charging him down very, very slowly with his very, very slow walk in the ACU lanes. But that's the way they go. It'd be interesting to see if they could have a ACU speed upgrade. That might be interesting. If there's a T1 or maybe a T2 ACU upgrade that just, move a little bit faster. That'd be pretty good, actually. That would really mix things up a little bit. Hey, we got T2 pillars out from OxideIon. They'll be vulnerable to overcharge. He has chosen to go straight T2 land without going to T2 max. So usually I expect players who want to go get a few T2 maxes before going T2 land. Is that T2 engineer? Yeah, straight up T2 engineer. Going to want to get that P-gen out. But not OxideIon. He's going a little bit more aggressive. Maybe he's just feeling a little bit against the wall. Put down a triad. That will definitely keep the ACU at bay, but OxideIon can't allow himself to be hemmed in. It looks like Mountain's going to secure the majority of the map at this point. He's definitely ahead. He's loose on the right hand side here, but the left hand side is so locked down. Hey, he's counter dropping. That's good. Engineers versus engineers. That's a fun fight to watch. So yeah, Mountain definitely putting the pressure on, and I like it. He's looking like he's going to be pushing in. If he does push in, he won't use his ACU, so maybe he's just looking for a little bit of a harass. He's got a little force here, a little force here, and a little force here, so he's really got his situation coordinated around. But these guys are a little bit of trouble here, but that pillar should be able to deal with him handily against T2 PJ out. So he's ecoing as well. OxideIon just trying to get some pillars out, trying to get a concentration of force, trying to secure his flanks. That'll put it in, manage it. Hey, nice dodging. Okay, so hopefully the players will do something interesting that I can talk about soon. That would be fun. Energy storage, we're going to need those energy storages to get those overcharges. When you got a few T2 land units, an overcharge is very effective, it's very attractive to use. The ACUs just charge each other down. No upgrades in the ACUs yet. And the pillars from OxideIon are going to be effective on the left hand side. Oh dear, making it sound a little bit softer. One day I'll get a good feel for it. But not today. So yeah, I really like this. I like the fact that OxideIon is securing his left flank. I don't like the fact that, or I do like the fact that Mountain's managed to sneak forces around, so obviously clear up these vectors here and his engineers. But there's a reclaim field here that definitely behooves one of the players to get. Not sure how I feel about this assault. I don't think so. The PD is really going to cause him trouble unless he kills it quickly. Now the PD coming down to, no, these PDs are going to stop this assault getting this track. So that's going to be a lot of mass that OxideIon is going to give to Mountain. He should have just pulled back. That didn't work at all. Not at all. Back on the map. This force down here, this red force is marching into some more pillars, and they are not going to do well, I don't think. And OxideIon, that's a difficult word name to pronounce. I hope I'm pronouncing it right, but who knows if I am? I certainly don't. Just this constant T2, T1 spam coming out, trying to secure the map on both sides. Martin's got a significant economic lead still. Again, yeah. TMD's up. Good choice. Very good choice. Maybe a little bit early for a TMD, but it's not bad. I'm actually not quite sure on the size of the map how far a TML can reach, because if a TML can reach from the base, then it is definitely appropriate to get a TMD, but I've got a feeling you're going to have them a little bit more forward. But either way, TMDs save PGens and mexes, so if you do have them, get the TMD. Definitely less serious for OxideIon, although he'll be concerned about his headquarters being TML'd, and obviously his T2 PGen, but his T2 PGen does not yet exist. Okay, what else can the players do here? Gunships from Mountain I think will work well. A bunch of stingers. There's almost very little mobile anti-air from OxideIon. Mountain has the intercept advantage, I think, so some gunships I think would really help the mobile harass. Maybe a bunch of T1 bombers, because there's still a few T1 land, and those bombers are still reasonably effective against pillars. So there's definitely some opportunity for both players to go air. Both players don't have very many interceptors. I mean, Mountain's air advantage is somewhat, but hey, no, Mountain's got the skyboxer. So in the middle, at least, around his ACU, air isn't going to be effective. Has OxideIon got a skyboxer yet? I don't think he has. I think he's still just got these interceptors. But even if one skyboxer, you got all these bits in the back that can be harassed. So I think that's probably one aspect that both players could definitely, there's definitely an opportunity for some airplay from other players. I like the fact that Martin's got the skyboxes on the left hand side just kind of lurking there as his deployment from where his forces are. Thinking maybe that they'll catch any air that's going to come in the back and harass, kind of preempted possibly that. Hey, drops. This is good, right? You always want to constantly drop and harass. It would be nice to be able to the engineer with the pillars so he could rebuild. But denying those messes to his opponent is always going to be a good choice. And that's a significant economic advantage, but if OxideIon can make sure he keeps the reclaim field, it's definitely going to keep him in the game, that's for sure. Good scouts. I don't think we've seen too much scouting for the players, so it's good to see that coming in. It's probably been a while since OxideIon has scouted Mountain. Yeah, it's probably been a little bit. Going T3 land, okay, that's cool. So probably almost certainly going to see some Perseus coming out soon. That'll give him a huge advantage over the pillars. Huge, you can just kite the pillars all day long. Oxy, that's it. I'm going to call him Oxy. That is easier to say. So finally going to T2 Mex. Does he need a T2 Pigeon right now? I don't think he needs this quite yet. I think this mass will probably be better going into the Mex first. But hopefully once he's going to build the T2 Pigeon, he can start reclaiming his T1 Pigeons to try and get a little bit extra mass eco. But yeah, I don't think he needs that Pigeon yet. I think that's definitely a little bit premature. But undoubtedly he's got more serious things to worry about. Undoubtedly. So Monty got a T2 Engineer to upgrade. I'm not sure exactly what he intends to use that for. Oxy also getting a T2 Engineering Suite. A little far forward, or maybe this is where he wants to build some triads or some such. So, cheeky logo. You can sit there all day long at this rate. Just this pillar completely behind the way that he's being ranged on with artillery. Doesn't seem to mind. Are we going to get a third shot going in? Yes, we are! Oh, that's a little cute. Hey! He may not have noticed, but he was very quick on the reclaim there. Wow, okay, so we've got a bit of a showdown coming down here. This PED is definitely going to get some good work done against T1. Got some Lobos there, but Oxy is easily going to hold this off, and this is some more reclaim, hopefully, for Oxy to get, so he can stay in the game. No, that's all. Oh, I don't know about this. I don't know about this at all. This is just going to give Mountain some mass here. This is a mistake. Maybe you can overcharge? But, oh jeez, that was a mistake. Hey, so Oxy's in the mass lead. I wonder why. Maybe some upgrading going on? Is Mountain energy stalling? No. How did Oxy get the mass lead all of a sudden? Because that was quick, or maybe it's... I don't think it's reclaim. But the pillars are coming out fast and furious. And the... Oh, no, that's a Titan. Dude, Titans... I would go with Perseus against pillars, but not Mountain. I'm going to assume he knows better, and thinking that Titans are a better choice against pillars. Although there is still a fair bit of tier 1. So we're going to get to see now how a Titan is going to do, but only if he runs towards him, and no he's not, he's going to run away. So I like this. These players have actually been fairly consistent about pushing and probing on the left, right, and middle flank for basically the whole game. These units from Oxy should definitely go forward and harass. There is something in front of him, and I think that's exactly what he's doing now. Another drop. How many times has this place been dropped on? A few times, at least, that's for sure. Did I miss some of them? I'm sure I did. So we've got 3 Titans and this bunch of stuff coming down here. The upgrade on Oxy is about to be completed. Maybe a try is going to go down. Oh, gun upgrade. Pew pew. Gun upgrade went down. So engineering suite. Could be for the HP. I don't think so, but could be. It's strange that he'll get the engineering suite and then not build a T2 structure. I'm choosing straight to go to gun. That's a little strange to me. Maybe he changed his plan depending on the change of the context. Hey, go Mr. Titan, let's see how you're going to do against these pillars. Doing well, I would say. Definitely doing well. But I'm not sure. I think I'd prefer Percy still. Although you have to kite with Percy, right? You can't just charge in with a Percy. Or I mean, you can, but definitely more for kiting. Titans are more for charging in. Hey, okay, so going to see some overcharges coming through. That's the danger of having... saying if you only have a few T3 land against an ACU, you're going to get overcharged. Hey, the ACUs are going to show down, so that's great. That was not a very effective overcharge at all. I think I got 1 Lobo. a 1-2-1 land unit. Pushing down here, does Mountain have enough? Maybe. I'm not sure, this could be close. The Triad, I think, you probably have enough. Yeah, those overcharges are gonna be rough. Hey, oh jeez, I like the fact that he's trying to use 2 bombers, but they're just so those skyboxes said good night, and they didn't have any effect at all. So shield generators, mobile shield generators, good for your ACU to keep it alive to make sure it doesn't die. We get in Percy's coming out from Oxy, so yeah. Oxy preferring to go Percival's, very much like him. Oh my goodness. Something happened here and I didn't see it. I didn't catch that at all. I'm sorry. There must have been a drop, I think. No, it wasn't a drop, I don't think. It was those land units here. I think they eventually pushed up along the left-hand side and just caused trouble and killing things. And even taking out the T2P. So good job to them. Oxy is looking in trouble here. He needs to get his units forward. He definitely needs to get his units forward and taking less damage on the ACU. Get some more overcharges in there, maybe get another level of accuracy soon, but this is not looking good. Mountain definitely has an opportunity here. He's choosing to play a little bit conservative. I kind of feel he needs to charge in or get out. This intermediate range is just going to get him killed to Triads. Oh, there's so much going on in this game all the time. So Mountain did the drop, but that oh geez, that one plasma cut kind of just guarding that one max. And he's got these 2 pillars over here guarding these maxes. So there's just been constant harass along the whole map, the whole game. I like the fact that you've got these red structures and then there's this green line of destroyed maxes that separates the red from the blue pair, or Oxy from Mountain. Has Oxy switched to Percival's? Yes, he has. He's understood that the situation for Titans changed. Titans have a small window of opportunity, I feel. Unless your opponent is going T1 spam, Percy's is nearly always the better option, I think. Mountain doesn't think that, so maybe listen to him more, because he is better than me. But we are all allowed the personal preferences, right? You don't always have to play the best way, although these players probably do that. There's been very little airplay on this map, which I think is a little bit of a strange choice. I feel that there's definitely much more opportunity for more aggressive airplay. Especially to try and get some drops or some bombers in the back areas, but both players choosing to optimize go on the land, and I guess there are like 3 different areas to fight for land, so that requires so much concentration that choosing not to prioritize air, which is fine. We have seen a few T1 bombers. We do know that they can be very cost effective. Oxy choosing to build some more T1 bombers now, but with the flak, they have to stay away from the flak if they want to have any utility. Oh my. So there's a number of Titans here. Percival's from Oxy, Titans from Mountain. And AC, this is dangerous for both ACUs to be here. You definitely need a few overcharges from Oxy. Good overcharge. I like that a lot. Getting 3 Titans in 1 overcharge. That was great. Oh, another good overcharge. So go Oxy. That was really effective. That kind of completely destroyed Mountain's push there. Hey, we got an air fight. So this will determine who's going to have air superiority for the next short area of the game. It looks remarkably even. I think Oxy has a few more. Really hard to tell. Maybe I'm wrong. Very, very even air fight. So after this, I think both players will, or especially whoever loses here, will going to have to prioritize some air, because you don't want to be in a position where you have lost conclusively air superiority. It's definitely going to open up opportunities for your opponent to do some mischief. So because Interceptors coming out from Mountain, he's not prioritizing his Interceptors, he's just building them ordinarily. He's got 3 2 air factories, whereas Oxy just has 1. Look, he's got these bunch over here. We've got transport bombers, got the whole gambit of different options of air coming out. I wonder if Mountain knows about that production site. He doesn't, or not to the degree that it exists. Yeah, go bombers. Just use the bombers where the flak isn't, right? Hey, another drop. Go Oxy. Oh, this Some amount of drops need to happen. That pillar must have maybe ran into the PD. Maybe there's a control L selection or a drag that got him to move into a place that was dangerous. So it's starting to see some more Titans. Is he putting the mixture of them? I think it's just for the Percivals. I think these Titans are all just left over from earlier, but this map just hasn't changed much. It's been dead even across the central axis here. Oxy push on the right hand side effectively. There's this one Titan, but he's going to struggle against all of these pillars. Yeah, with the amount of Titans Mountain has, I keep thinking that he still must be pulling them, but I can see absolutely no evidence of that. The Perseus will do well, but they can be overcharged as well, so... I mean, they can be overcharged, but... Oh, that Titan just got nothing done. It just got smashed by 3 Perseus shots and didn't have any utility. This commander's beginning to be a little bit too brave, I feel. A little bit too brave, but he might get a good overcharge in. Maybe that's what he's going for, hoping to get a good overcharge. He does have his Percivals of his own. Some T1 bombers coming in, and why not? He's lost his flak. So Oxy's he's taken a fair bit of damage, although he's got his vet, so he's still ahead from having 0. Mountain's neglecting his flanks, and Oxy's continuously punishing him for doing so. And good on him. And this flank too. So even though Mountain's trying to push hard down the middle, it didn't work, and while he's pushing hard down the middle, Oxy was pushing down the flank. So this game is definitely beginning to turn into Oxy's favour quite aggressively. It depends. These guys have a potential to do a lot of damage. It all depends on what production Mountain can build in the meantime. But if these guys can take out a few T2P gens, that would be massive. Choosing to go for an air factory, which I thought was an interesting choice. Now going for the P-gen. He's not going to get it though, he's just going to damage it. It could have been massive, or at least it looked like it might have been. But there are a few too many Perseus from Mountain to have done that damage. We've got another raid down here. These should definitely get these mexes. I can't see any reason why they shouldn't be able to do that. And now in the middle, I think the force composition advantage is definitely shifted to Oxy. He's gonna another upgrade. I wonder what it is. I must text. I don't know what it is. Small groups of Perseus just rampaging around the map. So I think both players now are just going to be trying to pull as many Perseus as they possibly can. Oxy's got 2 landing factories doing that. Mountain just has the 1. Another transport, 2 transports. So probably looking for a drop of some description. I wish him luck because I think he's definitely... I want to say he's in the back corner, but you look at the eco and they're dead even. Completely dead even. So this is still anybody's game at this point. Yeah, I definitely prefer these Perseus to kite what's here. They can easily kill the PD. And it's 3 Perseus versus 1 Perseus, so they can actually still push it. Why is there a T3 land factory here? That to me is a strange choice. You must have just had engineers around there and feel like, hey, here's a land factory, let's upgrade that. Maybe it was desperate to spend mass. It's the only reason I can think of. Much better to have more T3 land factories here. Maybe he wants to specifically build them there for his pushes on the right flank. Maybe that's how he manages his micro. So I take that back. That actually makes a lot of sense. Anything you can do in this game to reduce your micro burden, go for it, right? For me, I think that's the hugest limitation in being able to improve and play better is to just deal with being able to control so much on the map at the same time. So any extra little thing that you can do to reduce the amount of micro you have to perform, that's a great idea. And maybe that was Oxy's idea. He builds the T3 land factory on the right hand side, and that produces Percivals on the right hand side, and that allows him to harass on the right hand side. I am completely speculating here, but it's not a bad idea. The push on the left hand side here definitely took out the T2 mexes. That's a rebuilt Tier 1 mex. So there's a push coming from Oxy down the middle. This is a nice change of events. This is a very dangerous amount of Percivals, and 1 Percival isn't going to do much against this at all. That's a scary looking force at this point in the game. Mountain does have enough Perseus, but are they in the right place for this? And I'm not sure they are. It's getting dangerous for an AC to hang around this one's Perseus, because that's, well, 2 volleys and it might be a good night. Oxy has a shield on him, so like that's a lot. Maybe a few T2 mobile shield generators I think would suit him particularly well. From watching Slow's matches, that's definitely a thing that Slow would have, just having a few T2 mobile shields. What we haven't seen is T3 mobile Lati yet. Both players just preferring Mexes, not Mexes, Perseus. I suppose some players prefer to counter Perseus with T3 mobile Lati, but if you're UEF, just counter Perseus with Perseus. Shooting the terrain, because that's smart. It is the 24th century and we haven't figured out how not to shoot terrain. It is what it is. Another great overcharge. That shield's starting to look a little bit sad, but he's getting the kills in, and so this is serious trouble for Mountain. I'm not really quite sure what he can do about this. He's got T2. Definitely a drop is preparing here of some description. But what kind of a drop? This force here is enough to finish him, I think. I like the fact that he's just looking around the ridge here. Or is it the puddle? I didn't even realize this is a puddle here. It's a little desert lake. Desert lake? That doesn't make sense. You don't get lakes in deserts. Oh, that's not... I have no idea why you would do that. I have no idea what his goal was. It doesn't make any sense to me. I can only think he was trying to drop something different, but somehow accidentally flew over the army and then of desperation dropped because he knew he was going to die. That just made no sense. But I think that was definitely one of his last options to try and salvage this game. He's got, what, 6 Perseus here. There's more here, but not many more. So he can hold this off, I think. If he puts his mind to it, he can definitely hold this off. But hopefully he has a better plan with those drops. Hey, what Perseus over here? How did they get here? It's a surprise. I bet it's a surprise for Oxy too, but not too surprising because he has Perseus there too. So yeah, definitely just Perseus spam and more Perseus spam. It's effective, right? It works. There's definitely opportunity for airplay here. Both players electing not to go for it doesn't mean it's not viable. Martin at this point, he just has to be able to at least keep this force from charging into his base and destroying it. So I don't think he has much of a choice really. He just has to get enough Perseus on the map to hold this off. And whoever controls the reclaim field at the end of it will be in a good position. This is starting to look very, very dangerous for Mountain. Good overcharge, but no, it's good night. Well, GG, and I do think that was actually this is a very good game. 2 very, very high caliber players going at it at each other. I don't think I could fault either of them for anything. I think they both played exceptionally well. No obvious mistakes to my eye at all. I don't think going Perseus was a mistake. I mean, obviously it worked. There's no T2 air. Hey, Sane, which is just coming out now. I definitely think it was a viable option for large sections of the game, but just because they didn't go for it doesn't mean it was a mistake. They thought, and maybe rightly so, that pillars and Perseus were more effective. I certainly often go Perseus spam. It's just so crazy effective. And so I don't go to it as UEF, but definitely an option for T2A. But as I said, absolutely not a mistake not to do that. If you don't have to, you don't have to. So yeah, thank you for that game, and I hope to see you next time. Okay, bye.